Metropolis was a film released in 1927 by Fritz Lang. This film is based in a dystopia where life is split into two castes. The surface dwellers live in paradise, while the workers live in squalor. These workers control the machines that run the city. The movie follows Frieder, son of John Friederson, who is the mayor of the city, and Maria, the workers' prophet. Now, this movie. Well, first, what did you think of it?
I did not like it, in all
Really?
honesty. I felt it was an idealist movie. I felt that the actor playing Frieder, in a lot of his scenes, he was underacting. A lot of the times I couldn't really tell what his emotion was. And I felt like it borrowed too much from Frankenstein.
If anything, I don't believe he was underacting whatsoever. I think in the case of silent film, we just aren't used to that medium because we live in 2012.
Well, of course not. I understand that completely. But a lot of the scenes where he's dealing with his brother and his father, he keeps the same expression the entire time, even when his emotion changes, when his environment around him changes. Whenever anything changes, he doesn't react to it in the way that an actor should.
Well, you see, you just said actor should. That just goes to show that you are stuck in a 2012 mindset. But if we juxtaposed his facial expressions and the movie back in 1927, I think that would be very logical, considering the fact that, like, the first movie where they had close-ups, people were frightened because they thought that the actors were going to come out of the screen. So it just goes to show people were kind of more naive back then. So the facial expressions that did.
All right,
happen.
it was new, it was groundbreaking, but that doesn't make it good. All right, I can call Pong, the first video game, groundbreaking. It doesn't make it good. It's boring.
Okay. Next subject. Special effects in this movie were astounding, I think. I mean, for the time frame, of course, because we had things like robots turning into women and the opposite way around.
I will definitely agree with you. The special effects in this movie for the time frame 1927, definitely very impressive. If you take a look at one of the best special effects scenes, the workers are underground and the machine malfunctions, the heart machine, if I'm correct, and the machine malfunctions and turns into a god. I thought there was a good piece of alliteration there, and how they portrayed the machine as a god taking the lives. It was very, very good for the time frame that it was in.
I also enjoyed the Tower of Babel scene. Like, the amount of extras was astounding, and sometimes I wonder if they perhaps overcompensated, but, on the whole, I think it was worth the time that they put into it.
Oh, sure, the scene was good. It was a very good scene, and the amount of extras they had was fantastic. But you have to agree with me here when I say that they did not spend enough time on that scene. That scene was over and done with before you knew it. For the amount of extras they had, that was not worth the short scene that it was.
Perhaps, but we also didn't want to stop the movie dead because of timing. Because right at this moment was when Maria was also giving her prophetic message about the mediator. And if you did indulge in that scene, it would totally stop the movie dead.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Alright, next subject.
Now, let's talk about that dancing scene. In all honesty, that was some of the nicest dancing I've seen in a few years. Let me ask you right now. Who do you think was hotter? All right, Robot Maria or Human Maria?
I must.
Did you
admit,
see some of the eye stuff she was doing?
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, it was.
That was what I call a woman.
Yeah, it was seductive, if anything. But now, as to the politics of the movie.
Oh God.
I think the politics was fantastic. It was very current to our time, like with the whole worker leader.
Yeah, sure,
motif.
the ideal is still there, but it's such an idealist idea.
But it's been kept throughout all generations. That's what Occupy Wall Street's about.
But
That's
Fritz
why we
himself said it was too much of an idealist movie in 1969.
But the purpose of movies is not to show the way things are, but to communicate a story. And to communicate, as this is an expressionist piece, communicate the human spirit. The human spirit seeks that ideal.
But what about the people at the top? Someone with that kind of spirit, someone with that kind of... Someone in that position cannot understand what it's like to be on the bottom. And this movie, it didn't represent that fairly enough.
Well, we had this happen before in our history and in our time.
Plenty of times.
You see, so therefore it's not really ideal because it's actually happened. Like Mahatma Gandhi, George Washington, several characters have sort of exceeded their social boundaries and led the poor and the rich to a better place.
Yeah, but the idea of the heart being between the hands and the...
Well, it is!
It's there, alright, I get it, but it's not realistic, alright? It's not... I can't. It's not working for me.
I feel it's happened before, and
It probably has happened before, alright?
Therefore,
but
it's
not going to happen today, in today's world. We can't have a world like that. Alright?
Why can't we?
Because we don't hold the same values that we did. Alright? The
values of human spirit.
This movie works on a moral system where everyone is looking for the best. Maybe not John, but at the end there, he changed his heart. It was fake. Completely fake. So I'm going to have to give this movie a thumbs down.
I, contrary to my colleague here, give it a thumbs up.
Now, stay afterwards and we'll soon be reviewing Baby Geniuses, the worst movie of the year.
That is very true.
Oh, yeah.